My experience with this project has been a learning one, and actually it has made me realize that there's no one who knows everything in SGBV or gender. Every day is a learning process. And when I look back, I reflect back at the way gender was being done in the earlier days, and part of the trainings we also participated in. It was about women being victims and men being perpetrators. And because of that, it brought a kind of conflict, because men felt like they were being blamed, and of course the women felt like they had the right to blame the men.
The way in which also the mainstream gender discourse, as I said earlier, is so heteronormative. It doesn't really enable a discussion about other ways of constructing your life, other ways of, other, if you like, domestic formations, social formations.
By the way, on my opinion, gender is affecting both of sides, women and the men. But a good thing, they give us some good training. We have that knowledge. We are close with church members or with all communities. We are just go through and we teach them about it, and we are aware, and we told them this is happened, this problem. If maybe it's happened some problem, come and inform me here, come do like this, and we told them so many different way.
After going through the trainings and the workshops with Refugee Law Project, I realized gender is about both man and the woman, because they all share. They contribute towards the well-being of each other, or towards the harassment or the problems the other person will go through. So for me, I look at gender as the difference between a man and a woman in social, economical, and political aspects.
Society has molded a person in a certain way, right from childhood, right from the families and the communities. And when the person is, inclined to a certain sexual identity, then that person is going to automatically be rejected by society, because society has their view of gender.
When you look at the earlier practices, where we are failing is trying to get women to overhaul the family system when they are not the keepers. It is within the African context and most of these other traditions, it is men who are the keepers. It's the men who manage cultural affairs, family ties, issues of lineage, issues of kinship. So it is an institution where men have more power than women. And for you to get a few women and enable them understand their disadvantaged position and then release them to go to confront their husbands is actually just causing a backlash, because they are going to reach home, meet resistance, domestic violence will start taking place, divorce will become rampant, and eventually begin blaming yourself as a practitioner.
Our organization came up to help young boys and girls to go to school, attend an education. But as we kept on growing, we realized that we needed to do better for the community. So we changed the name to CIOTA, which is Koburas International Youth Organization to Transform Africa. Because the life we have gone through in Congo, we thought it was better. We see how we can change our own way of thinking, our own way of living, our own way of doing things.
I am a strong advocate for LGBTI refugees and asylum seekers. A lot is dealt with in that area. You find that they need social support, they need financial support, they need medical support, they also need emotional support, So for them to come to a person like me, it's like there's already a bond. A lot of these people are afraid and reluctant to just talk to any officer. They feel like confidentiality is paramount.
I think, to me, masculinities all come back to the statement which nobody believes but which everybody lives by, that boys don't cry. And you know, nobody believes, and certainly I don't think any man who's being honest would pretend that he has never felt like crying. It may be true that he has never cried in public, quite possibly not in private, but the only reason for that is that he's been taught not to.
Violence is violence. GBV is GBV. The pain it inflicts on a woman, it will be a pain. Pain is pain, does not segregate who is very strong. Whatever you carry below your skirts or your trousers, we don't want to know, but we are looking at the pain that comes as a result of those. And you know that it's very hard for even men to reveal what they have gone through because of the culture, the masculinity, and the thinking that men are always very, very powerful.
It is true I'm working with men and the boys, sexual and gender violence in around our community and with the Refugee Law Project and the other partners. By the way, we are doing a lot of work from our community. People with their effect on that issue, there are a lot. And even sometimes we are not reach all of them because there are a lot. Even if we reach, but others, they cannot happy to come up and to talk us about their problem. But the problem is they are there.
It has changed a lot because where I live in the refugee camp, mostly I see women, I see girls coming over to tell me the problems because I've been involved in this work so much. So it's like I'm an ambassador. They can share their views with me, they can share their problems, then I go and share with them. Even wherever I sit, it's like they think I'm more of a woman than a man.
By the way, I'm a community leader even from my community. So sometimes they said, other which they are not understand, they said, what you do with these women from us? It's not for women work here. This is for men. I say I have to be with you because even it's concerned about me. If today I'm not present women here, tomorrow even they can disappear, the last. So I have to be with them, with you. And I discuss and I teach them why you are not respect women, why you are not do something like that. Others they understand, but they said they are compared by Bible with the Bible. They said, for Bible is not even is not concerned when they are just writing men's name, they cannot calculate women. So because of that, for women we don't have any power. They said, which is happen with ladies, even is affect me. If I told you my background is just you can feel bad. So at that time, I don't have any more knowledge like now. So, but I say, no, I have to change my life. I have to change my identity. Because I'm senior, I'm not changing my name. I can't change my gender, but I say I have to try for my best. And to be good, get good hope, and to be even for other ladies, a good experience. A good testimony. I have to just share good testimony for them.
For example, you see a woman coming back from the shamba or from the garden or from the farmland. She has firewood on her head. She has a kid on her back. She has the hoe for herself and the husband. Then the man is just behind with just a pang on his hand. Why can't the man carry the firewood? What's wrong with that? Besides, the woman is carrying the kid whom they all brought together on this earth. So we tell them, don't you think you're being unfair? Then they start saying, I think, man, you have a point.
It is something that it's continuous. You just have to know that systems keep changing and people keep moving and also people keep changing. And also be between you and them is between them and their culture and their religions. So there are so many pressures at the same time, and there is need for consistency. You need to engage it's a lifetime project, it's a lifetime program. You don't just do it and then end and you think that's enough, a change is enough. No, that change must be sustained, and it takes time.
So ours has not been to give people handbills. This project has entered the brain of people, and we now have many people on board that have been recruited by the activists themselves. So it is taken us to that level, and we think I am a person that believes in self-reliance, and a person that believes in sustainability of a project. I'm a person that believes in something that will stay for a legacy, create a legacy and stay on. And at the end of the day, it's not one day. Maybe we will be at that level where we think, we look at a person. And my thinking is looking at an activist, not as a person who comes to benefit, but really as a stakeholder. And they are stakeholders.